Hi, my name is Rihanna Rafiq, and my project is called The Silent Wonders of the Sundarbans. So, for geography and physical properties, the majority of the Sundarban is located in the southwest region of Bangladesh. So, this would be about 60% of the forest, and the rest is in the eastern point of India. So, that's about 40%. And the Sundarban are part of a delta that's made up by the Ganges River, the Brahmaputra River, and the Meghna River. So, the Sundarbans contains one of the largest mangrove forests in the world, and about 40% of the area is made out of mangrove trees. So, it's environmentally very important for the area. It reduces erosion because the roots kind of help to trap down the soil, the very nutrient-rich soil that's there. It acts as a carbon sink because it traps greenhouse gases in the air from surrounding cities and villages, and it also protects against monsoons or tidal surges, which are very common in this area of the world. It also has many different types of water that contribute to it, including freshwater, saltwater, and a mix, so brackish water. And this is due to all the different water sources that flow into it. So for flora and fauna, there's a huge biodiversity in this area. So there's the shundari trees, which are also the mangrove trees that make up the forest and give the name to the region. There's the Royal Bengal tiger, which is very sentimental for the area. There's this the dolphin, which I had never heard of, but it looks very interesting. There's the estuarine crocodile, which is similar to the ones you would find in the United States. There's nipa palms, which you can see here, and then the Indian python. But there's so much more than just this. So I found this small video on the Royal Bengal tiger, but it also just has clips of the area, so I thought we could kind of scroll through it really fast. Um, as you can see, it's like a very vast area. Um, there's some crocodiles and cobras. You can see all the exposed roots. Yeah, and I think they spent a while here looking for tigers, and then they found it. So, in terms of the need and efforts for conservation, the threats to conservation are rising sea levels in the area due to climate change, a huge loss of biodiversity, deforestation from all the nearby people who want the building materials, salinity intrusion from the saltwater due from the rising sea levels, and habitat degradation for animals and also even people. So conservation efforts, one specific one that I know of is called Project Cat with World Wildlife Fund, and this is specifically to increase the number of tigers. So while this is present in other areas of the world as well, it has a huge focus in the Sundarban. And there's also like many banks in Bangladesh that are increasing investments in the area for reforestation. So, local community impact. So, the Sundarban provides so many resources for the nearby community, including honey, crops. It's a huge fishing location. So, I'm Bengali, and there's a huge stereotype that Bengalis eat a lot of fish, and that kind of comes from this region having so much fish available. Um, there's also a lot of building materials, and of course, it's a huge source of income for the people nearby, whether it's from giving tours, farming, or fishing. There's also a big spiritual connection. So Bon Bibi is a legend for the protector of the forest that has kind of been passed through the generations. There's also a large association with jinns. So if you're familiar with Islam, there's like a creature kind of like made out of fire. And so they're called jinns, and people say that they kind of hide in the trees in the Sundarban. So they kind of warn you against that. And finally, there's the Begho booth, which are ghosts of people eaten by tigers in the Sundarban. So they say to like kind of be wary when you're out at night, especially. So engineering ideas that I had are having sensors for the area to kind of meet like all of the conservation efforts. So agrarian sensors can be used to monitor soil quality and levels and protect against erosion. You can also like monitor different aspects of the sea with the sea levels or water salinity. And of course, sensors are often used for air quality monitoring, and even mangrove tree health monitoring. And I know this is a big buzzword, but AI can be used for sea level prediction, climate prediction, and also it can be used as a model for populations of various food sources for the people there. So one Japanese connection I had was called Iriomote Island. So this also has Japan also has a mangrove forest. And while the mangroves aren't as pronounced here, it has a huge biodiversity as well. And it's also very susceptible to climate change. So this UNESCO heritage site is also very beautiful. And it's more on the sea, but it's still very related. My personal connection is that my family is from Bangladesh. So my great grandfather actually would hunt often in the Sundarban, and unfortunately, he was paralyzed after trying to hunt a royal tiger here. So it kind of goes along with what they say for the spiritual connection. My extended family members actually have investments in the area, so they have some real estate investments, and they also give some small loans for villagers for agricultural purposes. And it's my dream to go there, just not near the tigers, but I really think it's a beautiful place and it's very connected to my homeland. And when I'm there, I'll remember to make sure to be eco-friendly and be cautious of the wildlife and what can harm them. And these are all my references. So thank you.